Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody, we'll be starting very shortly and we're off for another flight today in the EasyJet A320. And we're going from Gatwick and we're off to Schönefeld, EDDB in Germany. So just a few last minute checks to get the stream up and running and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, here we go. So let's see if we can get underway. So on the last couple of flights I've done, I've been working from the checklist and been basically doing that on the screen. And then we've been kind of just figuring out our way doing that. So we're not going to have the checklist on the screen today. We're going to just work our way through it and give you a bit of a better view of the cockpit and all that kind of thing. So, right, let's crack on. Right, so I've got my checklist open, and this is a checklist that's available on the website. So the link will be down below if you want to go and use the checklist. So that's the interactive A320 checklist, and we're going to work our way through this to get this fantastic A320 EasyJet A320 off the ground here at Gatwick. And we're going to take off looking at the flight plan here. It's going to take us out east and then northeast, and on our way to Germany. So yeah, so the last couple of flights that I've been doing have not really ended that well. So the one yesterday where I went down to Lisbon actually ended with the autopilot losing me on the way in, I think. Now, I'm not sure whether it's something I was doing wrong with the RNAV or whether it was something that was wrong with the system. But anyway, regardless, it didn't end too well. And that video is the previous one before this one. So if you wanted to go and have a look at that and see someone fail on the approach, and in the end, I hand flew it and I managed to get it down okay. And then just basically taxied and parked it up. But that's just one of those things. That's what it's all about. And just kind of learning this stuff in effect. So, right. Okay. So let's get on with the checklist then. So in the cockpit, we are, oh, bear with me, I'm still learning all this streaming stuff as well, which is hugely technical. Right, okay, so that's all working okay. Right, in the cockpit then, we need to make sure that the thrust lever is set to idle. And it is. The thrust lever is set idle. Engine masters are set to all off. Engine masters are all off. Mode selector is set to normal. And by the way, I'm going to go through this fairly quickly today. And if you want it, there are other videos that I've done where you can follow through with the checklist on the screen, and it's much slower. But today I'm just going to try and get through it as quick as I can and get in the air. Landing gear lever is down, check. Park brake is set, check. Wipers are both off, so we go to the overhead and check that both wipers are indeed off. Batteries, we have a voltage and we press batteries 1 and 2. Batteries 1 and 2 are pressed. And now we check the ground power unit. So we request that and we wait for it to become available. The ground power unit is available. And then we switch to external power. External power is now, no, that's not the one. We don't want that. That's external power is now available. Okay, so now what we need to do is do the fire test for the APU. So let's do that now. Right, let's do that again and hopefully we get some volume on that. Always end up with this not actually working as expected because of the volume mix. There we go. We've now got that. That's good. Okay, so the APU master goes on and followed by the APU start. Now we need to go around the houses and just set basically the light switches to make sure we have a nice strong bright panels on everything so we can all see what we're doing. So we start up here and we do the, I think this way this if I use the right button that'd be fine. So that's the PFD and the nav display done. We can now do the MCDU. That's done. Lower floodlights. Center panel integrated lights. And the upper floodlights here. And we turn up the ECAM pages. And go above to turn up the integrated lights in the above panel. And then the only other thing we have to do is to basically turn up the lights on the EFIS. There we go, so we can tick our way down all the lights now. And now moving on to check the parking brake is on again. Parking brake is still on, flaps are up. Speed brake is down, disengaged. Probe window heat we need to set. So this is the pitot heat in effect. Navigation and logo lights go on. APU bleed is on. And then moving down the list, we turn on the crew oxygen supply. And we bring alive the address. That's those brought alive, jolly good. And strobe light can go on. Seat belts and no smoking lights go on. And the emergency exit is armed. And we check the lights to make sure there's no broken bulbs and everything is what we're expecting to see there. Jolly good, that's all working. And we set the dome lights, and we can turn those back down to dim. Dome lights go to dim. There we go. Right, anti-icing as required, we don't need that. Cabin pressure mode select is off. Yes, that's now off. Ditching is closed, land elevation is set, and aircon as required. So we'll have it just a little bit cooler in the cockpit. Okay, packs are on. Batteries are charging, so we go down to the panel down here and press electrical, and we would hope to see a charge there. And we're not getting a charge at the generators at the moment as expected. So back to the overhead, and we do all fuel pumps are on. And then we can do the engine fire test for engine 1. And now engine 2. Right, we can tick those off as done. Electrical panel all looks good. Ventilation panel looks good. And no white lights or amber lights, but we have 2 amber lights basically for things that will be okay in a moment. So did we not start the APU? I think we did, surely. Okay, let's carry on. We can check doors, and we need to check the engine oil to make sure that we have plenty of engine oil. Yes, we do. Jolly good. And flight control check. So we can go to the flight control screen and basically just check that everything's moving as we'd expect. And we've got full deflection on things like the rudder. And we can go down here and just reset the rudder. Right, so back into the EFIS. So we want to set hectopascals. And we can press B on the keyboard to get the current barometer setting. Flight directors we want to turn on both. And we check the navigation display to check we got climb, navigation and 1 FD2. And we'll turn constraints on. Put the ND arc and down to 10 nautical miles. VOR ADF will set later, and the landing system is currently switched off. So the autopilot is dash dot, so that's both managed. Altitude increments between 1000 and 1000, so we'll have those 1000. So our initial stop height as we climb out, we need to be above 3000 but below 5000. So we'll set this at 4000. Okay, so we can check the PFD again just to make sure that we're seeing everything. We expect the QNH is set there. 200 feet above the ground here at Gatwick. Our initial stop height is 4,000 feet, and we climb now 1 FD2. So that's set. And then we can set the standby instruments down here. And this is a good one to do when you're actually doing the lights to bring this to life. Anti-skid nose wheel steering is set to on. And audio control panel is on. This is this button here, and VHF, and that's all done. Interphone set, and the public address system is all US at the moment. So weather radar is set to weather. Electronic centralized unit. So this bit here is this, and we want to just make sure that all these buttons are actually set to norm. Engine, we've checked the oil. Hydraulics we can't check, and the status we can check to see if there's any issues, and everything's normal. That's what we'd expect to see there. Okay, so some more safety checks as we kind of go through this process, and we just check again that the thrust levers are set to idle, engine masters are all off, engine mode select is normal, spoilers are down, retracted, disengaged, and flaps are up. Parking brake is set on and off. And we set the strobe, not the strobe, so the transponder to standby and standby. Weather system, we now set to SYS1. Okay, flight plan and weight balance. So first thing we do is go to the MC. Let's just have a quick look out the window actually, just check see what's going on. We go to the MCDU, and I think we go program. No. I always get this wrong. So let's go data, position monitor. Init. And right, so it is MCDU. This is it, MCDU and FMGC, and then we can see what type of engines we've got and basically what database we've got, and it looks like the database is actually out of date. So now we're going to load the flight plan. So basically to do that we go to MCDU, ATSU, AOC menu, and what we'll do now is do a request for the flight plan. So the flight planner has come in, but we haven't actually brought the whole plan in. We need to go to init and init request, and that will complete the rest of the flight plan coming in. And we can see that now by going to flight plan, and we've got basically all the elements that we need, including the airways as well. So we're expecting to go out via Frayne, and my first point I'm expecting to be KKE4, and it's not what I'm seeing. It does say Frayne though, so I'm happy with that. And then we can go check our flight plan, just go all the way down. We don't seem to have... Oh, there we go. All the way through to EDDB. That's fine. Okay, back to the MCDU. And our overall distance, go back to the flight plan, we can check that. It's 540 miles. Okay, so we check the route, check the distance. And now what we need to do is load basically the fuel. Preview the PDF for that. Okay, so my flight plan from SimBrief says that we have 7.8 of fuel to load. So if we go to the MCDU, ATSU, AOC menu, and we can performance, weight and balance, and we can send a request for the fuel, and we can load the fuel. And now what we'll do is go to the weight and balance, and I'm expecting to see 7.8 for fuel. So the fuel is loaded, that's good. So we've got 7.8 pretty much right there. And then we want to see a payload of 18.6, which is 9,300 if we divide it by 2. So what we're going to do is do this and delete all the weight in the co-pilot, delete all the weight in business class and pilot, and in forward baggage we're going to put 9,300. We're going to delete all the weight in economy class and put 9,300 in rear baggage, and now you should see that we've got 18.6, which is our target weight, and we make a mental note of 22.6 on the MAC percentage. So our weight and balance is pretty much done. So we can tick our way through this on the checklist that you can't actually see at the moment. And now what we need to do is the zero fuel weight. So to do that, we go init, weight and balance. ATSU, AOC menu, and I think it's no. What it is in it, and we scroll one page to the right. There we go, and we see our zero fuel weight there, and we click it once more to commit it, and block confirm, and we bring that in as. So those two things are quite similar. So, okay, let me just check what fuel we've got. Yeah, we've still got 9.5. Never really sure what the difference is between the block amount and the 9.5. So if anybody watches this and knows the difference, just let me know. Okay, now we need to go to performance. And what we'll do here is go, you have to put your flaps in first, otherwise it can't work out the speeds properly. So we'll go flaps and then / up 1.0, and that / will put it in after that slash there. And our flex temp will have a 68%. I'm not working that out with the calculator online today. So we've done that, and we can now bring in our V speeds by clicking them twice. Okay, so our transition altitude, we'll leave that as that, and 1700 for the throttle reduction. So we're 200 feet off the ground here, and 1500 feet for the throttle reduction, I guess. Not absolutely sure why that's doing that. Okay, next step then is to have a look at the cockpit, see what's going on, and now to have a listen to the ATIS. Tune Gatwick ATIS.
Gatwick Airport Information Golf 15000. Wind 062 at 7. Visibility 1. Sky condition, few clouds at 700 feet, few clouds at 4,300 feet, few clouds at 11,900 feet. Temperature 7. Dew point 10. QNH tree 0.30. ILS runway 8 right in use. Landing and departing runway 8 right and runway 8 left. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller, on initial contact, you have Golf. Gatwick Airport Information
Okay, so
Golf.
we've got Golf. What I didn't get there was the temperature, so we'll wait for that to go past again.
Visibility 1. Sky condition, few clouds at 700 feet, few clouds at 4,300 feet, few clouds at 11,900 feet. Temperature 7. Dew point 10. QNH tree 0.30.
Okay, so we've got that. So now we're tuned back to ground. Let's just get that out of the way for a minute. Okay, so that's good. So we are going to be 08 right. And now we can request our clearance. Why can't I do that? Okay, so we'll come back to that because for some reason I can't tune to... go back to clearance. Here we go. Disable ignoring weather at this airport. So we'll do that. Enable ignoring weather. Request taxi departure. We don't want a taxi yet. We just want to... Okay, so we'll have to just work our way past that. So standby instruments are set. Radio set and checked. Anti-skid is on. Auto brakes are set to close that there. Max Flaps are set 1. Speed brake is armed. Flight controls we've done. Pitch trim set to +1. Rudder trim we've checked. Autopilot we've checked, but we'll check it again. So ready to go, but not activated. Auto thrust will come in. Flight directors are on. ILS check, we don't need. Anti-ice. FMC cleanup, so by that we mean we've got the flight plan ready to go, so we can see what's happening. And we'd ask for chocks removed. Okay, so now we want to ping the cabin crew. And request pushback. Ground services. Request pushback.
Gatwick ground BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 requesting pushback. Gatwick ground BA 7055
Right, so we can carry on our list.
Available to answer your request.
Oh, really? So no pushback. Okay, let's have a look here. I think we can turn here. We'll see. Okay, we can start the engines and then take it from there. Okay, so external power is off. Engine area is clear. Engine area is clear. Engine 2. Switch to ignition, and engine 2 is on. And we can watch the temperatures rise here. Not so much temperatures, I guess the percentages is what I meant to say. Right, what else can we do while that's happening? We can just double check that the probe heat is on. Probe heat. Yep. And we need to wait for the engines, I think, to come to life before we turn off the APU. I did that yesterday and they hadn't come to life and everything just basically went to pot. Okay, just while these are spooling up, I'm going to have a sip of my tea. Alright, so engine 2 is nicely alive, and now we can go back and fire up engine 1. So engine 2 is good, oil pressure is good, engine master 1 is on. Okay, coming alive nicely. Have a quick look outside at this beautiful aircraft. Okay, so we're pretty much started. So we can now go continue down our checklist. For APU bleed is off and APU master is off, and let's just double check that the engines remain as expected. To depart straight up, we can request IFR clearance.
Gatwick ground BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 IFR to Schönefeld, ready to copy. BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 is cleared to Schönefeld Airport is filed. Takeoff runway at right, climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure frequency is 118.475 squawk 2547.
Okay.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 cleared to Schönefeld Airport is filed. Takeoff runway at right, climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure on 118.475 squawk 2547.
Right, pedal brakes on.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu
Brakes
0000
off.
rate back is correct. Contact ground on 121.805 when ready to taxi.
So we are ready to taxi.
Gatwick ground BA 7055 Echo
Let's
Zulu
get the taxi
0000
request
with
in.
Gulf ready to taxi IFR.
Go above. No sights set taxi.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 taxi to and hold short of runway at right by taxiway Sierra Juliet.
Parking brakes release.
Contact tower on 134.23 when ready.
What's happened here? Ah, I had this before where I've accidentally put it into reverse. It's a nice tight turn to get past this building, which I think hopefully we won't crash into.
7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
I think we've just lost a
Did you
wing
copy?
if this is for real. Okay, acknowledge the taxi clearance.
Taxi to and hold short runway at right using taxiway
Yeah, we're
Sierra
at
Juliet
S.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
So this is Sierra. Gatwick Tower. Fantastic. So, the checklist seems to have got us up and working again, which is great news. And we can tune Gatwick ground. So checking the board to the left there as we go past. So we're now on Juliet. We follow Juliet all the way down and hold short for runway 8 right. So as we check the brakes, autopilot dash dot, weather radar is set to on. And we've got that showing on the primary flight display there, or navigation display. Oh, sorry, the PFD actually. Engine instruments we can check. That's right, nav instruments are checked set. Autopilot ready to go, cabin check. And just a taxi down to the departure. Oh no. Pay attention. Crazy. That's the trouble when you've got so many bits and pieces to do with the stream. You end up in the grass. Promise to improve. Okay, we just brought up the information bar at the top as well with our EasyJet logo. We probably should have... Oh no, we can go carry on here. Probably should have held short there. Alright, so coming up to our takeoff. And we can come around here and then hold. So we will have needed clearance to go across that threshold, but it's okay. And just about to enter 8 right, so we'll hold here. Brakes on. And we request takeoff clearance.
Gatwick Tower BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 ready for IFR departure runway 8 right.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 cleared for takeoff runway 8 right.
Okay, clear for takeoff. Acknowledge the clearance.
Cleared for takeoff
We now
runway
want to
8
go
right, BA
ahead.
7055
Landing lights
Echo
go
Zulu
on.
0000.
Runway takeoff lights go on. Takeoff config. We need to depress. We've just got this warning here that I've had before, but I don't know what that is, so I'll have to find that out. Takeoff memo, radar check, and lastly we'll just check for birds, and we check our heading is basically 090, time is 4,000 feet, and then time for a maximum of 5,000 feet and 250 knots. Okay. Departure brief is done. A couple of last minute things to do. Tacs are off. Strobe light goes on. Nose light goes takeoff. Transponder goes to get rid of that. TARA, all repeating, and rudder trim reset. We are about to go. Brakes on, part brake off, time to line up. Let's check part brake's actually off, yeah. Do you know what? I think I keep putting that accidentally into reverse thrust. I have to be a bit careful with that. Okay, so what we'll do is line up. Runway's clear. And we'll go straight for it. Engine's 40%. And full power. Engine T's and B's are good. 130, 140, rotate. 15 degrees. Positive rate to climb. Gear up. And we'll go straight to autopilot.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 contact London Center on 118.475.
Go going to 118.475 BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
All right. Looks good. So 4,000, no, 2,000 feet. So we'll climb to 4,000. Do you know, I thought I put gear up. I think what I did was put the air brakes out. There you go. Should have checked that. All right. Coming up on 2,800 feet. Let's just open out the flight plan. Seems fairly straightforward. There we go. Got a bit of the jitters there. That's because if I pop the radio outside of the screen, I get stutters. I wonder if I put it to another screen. Yeah. Okay, well we can have that there, that's okay. So basically for rain, so what are we heading then? So we're heading 067. Interesting. So once frame we can go above 5,000 feet. Right, in the cockpit. So what have we got here? Ah, look, we've got to go to climb, haven't we? Should stay in the cockpit and do these things. There we go. Damn. Wow, look, totally over speed. Completely missed that. What a nightmare. Okay, so that should clear just as soon as we get below the overspeed. Damn. It's embarrassing. Right, okay, so coming up on Fane then. So we can probably request a climb here. Let's go to London Centre. I mean, look at this weather. Let's see if we can get some more height.
London Centre BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 is at 4,000 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 London Centre, continue to Frayne as planned. QNH tree 0.27.
definitely got a case of the stutters today. Not sure why.
Please expedite your climb to 13,000 feet. Echo Zulu 0000 climb and maintain 17,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 17,000 feet VA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
you go, look at that. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? Right, let's get back in the cockpit and have a look where we are. Yeah. So on our way to Ratlow. Ratlow, we should be 30,000 feet. So we need to, we're currently 17,000. So let's request 10,000.
London Center BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000. Request flight level 270.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 climb and maintain flight level 250. Expect flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 250. Expect flight level 270 BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
Right, okay, that's got us on our way up, and we'll take it from there. Okay, let's have a little bit of music while we do the climb. All right, okay, so let's just try something, because I tried to do, I think it's going to work. I think we can get a black screen. Let me try this. I took some screenshots earlier on, and I wanted to see what they look like, if I could play them as a kind of playlist. Oh, there you go. It's working. Isn't that cool? Right, so I'm going to try something else, which I don't think is going to work. I think we're going to get a black screen. I'll give it a go. Yeah, it's working. So I took some video earlier on as well. So now I know that these work. They'll come up a couple of times actually in the flight. Alright, so we're currently 25,000 feet. Well on our way. A couple of things we haven't done. We need to get the packs on for the customers. Nose light comes off, landing light comes off. Been a bit sloppy with the checklist. Alright, let's see what she's actually saying. Okay, so I thought we were climbing to 250. I've had this before where I've set, I know, 250, I've set 24,000 and it goes to 25, but maybe that's my fault. Right, so altitude increase, so we're at 25 and we need to go to, let's go 30.
London Center BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000. Request flight level tree 20.
So red where we should be 32,000 feet.
Expect flight level 320.
Okay, so we'll get a clearance to 320 shortly. Okay, let's have a look outside. There we go, up in the blue.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000. Please acknowledge.
Climb and maintain flight level 250. Expect flight level tree 20 BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000. Contact Amsterdam Center on 119.175.
119.175 for BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000. Amsterdam Center BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 flight level 250.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 Amsterdam Center. Continue to Tachen as planned.
Amsterdam Center BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000. Request flight level tree 90.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000
Didn't mean that.
climb and maintain flight level 250. Expect flight level 390.
Ah, I know what the problem is.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 acknowledge last transmission.
Climb and maintain flight level 250. Expect flight level 390 BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 climb and maintain flight level 370.
Climb and maintain flight level 370 BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
We only need 33,000 feet, so I'm just going to do that and then see what happens. I think actually, if I got tools on, I have options. I think I can change visualize scene to get rid of it. There we go. Right, so back with you, and just as we're coasting in,
EA7055 Echo Zulu 0000. Please expedite your climb to flight level 370.
so we want a decrease. So let's just check where we are. So we're quite nicely established on 3.3. So let's get a decrease down to decrease of 4. I think we're probably going to ask to go down to 2.8. We'll see.
Request flight level 350.
Oh, okay.
Climb and maintain flight level 350.
So we'll do that, and just to keep the peace, we'll actually go to 3.5.
Climb and maintain flight level 350 BA7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
Okay, so we've got the screenshots we've been doing and the video that we've been doing, and I'm pleased also to introduce shelf cam. So just a couple of bits and bobs on the shelf for tonight. I've got a Sri Lankan, I think that's a 340, an A340. I've got some snacks there, some Doritos, and the little hook there from the Red Arrows. So that's shelf cam, and as we kind of get on and do some more of these live streams, we're going to introduce some other things onto the shelf cam. Things to talk about, things to look at, things to eat, things to drink. So that's basically going to be a bit of a home for things to talk about and do during the flights. So that's shelf cam. And I think if I move the boom, we can actually do something like that. But I have to move my head because the mic is attached to the boom that I'm moving. So it's not particularly smooth. I actually flew Sri Lankan back in 2006, and it was very, very lucky to fly business class and on that aircraft. And at the time, we sat behind the president of Sri Lanka. I think he was less pleased that we were sat behind him than we were pleased that he was sat in front of us. But anyway, that's shelf cam. So much to come from shelf cam, hopefully in the future. Back in the aircraft then. So nicely established on the flight plan then, and everything seems to be going well. My experience of this so far is that it tends to go wrong just before you come into the approach, and I'm hoping that in the next update that Microsoft do, they fix the flight computer or the flight plan so that it doesn't do that, because it's so annoying. You just get to the airport and you think everything's going okay, and suddenly for no reason whatsoever the aircraft just goes off to the right normally. So, and I had that yesterday, so that was quite disappointing. So watch yesterday's stream to see that flight that ended up in a hand-flown approach. So how are we doing then? So what we can do is go and have a look at the Navigraph screen. And you can see the dart that's tracking, that's us. Yeah, so we're well on our way, and it looks like we've got an arrival. Don't know what that is. So according to the plan, I'm just going to go back and have a look at what I've got in front of me here. This is the Simbury flight plan. And it tells me that I should expect 25 left as I come in. So what we can do is start doing some of the things for that. So if I have a look at the arrivals for 25 left, we've got the let's have a think. If I just see if I pull this back up on the screen, it might be a bit more interesting for you to have a look at. So I'm still kind of figuring out how to do this. So this looks like the Oscar Golf Bravo 25 Lima, which I think I've got programmed in. So I can open the charts for that, I think. So this is a standard instrument arrival. For 25. So why don't I see that there? This is what confuses me, is that on I've got runway 25. Was it 25 right? No, 25 left. So select that, and can I select that? That's what I want. So arrivals. 25 left. Just get rid of that. Close that. Go here. I'm really not sure about some of this stuff at the moment, but I'm learning. Just taking time. So let's have a look at the arrivals. 25 right. So we've got the OG 25 Lima selected. Okay, so let's stick with that. And what we'll do is go back into the aircraft. Go to the flight plan. And see what we've got in here. So we probably need to select an arrival. So it's going to be ILS 25 left. So there's no standard approach available. Do we transit? It says that via OGB. I think probably this one. Okay, so let's insert that. So we should come in Let's open the charts for this. Approach. I have no idea whether that's right or not. So coming by Surlu. Surlu, that's fine. And then the Ogbra. Okay, I think we stick with it. Right, let's do some housekeeping then. So we need to check the engines are okay. We need to check our comms. Nothing happening there, so we're all right. Nav autopilot is set and working. Dash dot, dash dot. Could probably extend the range a bit there. And okay, and we can check the fuel. So fuel used 1350 and fuel on board remaining 8060, so we've got plenty of fuel. Let's go down to the MCDU and check the nav accuracy. So we've got high accuracy, so quite happy that the navigation we're looking at is accurate, and the cabin temperatures. Let's have it a little bit cooler. Right, back in the cruise. I'll be back with you shortly.
CA70 55 Echo Zulu 0000, contact Bremen Center on 125.1.
125.1 for BA70 55 Echo Zulu 0000.
Right, so just checking the flight plan out there, that all seems to be fine. Assuming that the autopilot doesn't go crazy. Right, just for kicks, why don't we get the weather for the destination? MCDU, ATSU. And weather request, so EDDB, and send. Must remember to send it, otherwise you don't get that sent indicator. Turn back, messages received, so we can just have a look up. company messages. There you go. Messages received, and we've got the new meta. And what we'll do is print that. There we go. Pop that over there and have a look. So we're landing 2.5. The wind is going to be 2.2. So 30 degrees to our left at 9 knots. Cav OK, so it looks like it's going to be nice and clear. And 1023. No significant weather. All good. Right, what I can do is, let's have a look, just check how we're doing, is basically have a look at the approach. Right, so it looks like I can tune in a few of the bits and pieces.
Bremen Center, BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000, flight level 350.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000, Bremen Center, continue to Oscar Sierra November as planned.
Let's just check that. I don't remember seeing that, so perhaps I did. Oh yeah. Oscar Sierra November, so we can. Oh, it was just much closer than I thought. So that's good. Okay. Right, so what we can do, the missed approach here is, so it's 349 feet, and the runway is 149 feet, 150 feet above sea level. So our missed approach we can pop in at 349. It says not allowed, but I think we can put that in and then do it. That will help. Yep, totally good. Next phase. So missed approach here is where's the missed approach? So it looks like we just climb out. Oh, okay. and head towards the KLF VOR. So we need to have that VOR put in there. So let's get to that rad nav. So we need to have 11515 into this second VOR, and our first one will be Brandenburg. So that's 114.1. Okay, yeah. That's exactly what we're looking for. And the ILS frequency we've got is 109.5. Yep, that's what the localizer is. That's good. Here we are. Missed approach. Climb runway maximum. Climb runway track maximum 3,000 feet. Distance 6 miles. Okay. So we can go back to our performance page. Next phase. Remember to look out the window because a lot can happen. Never know where to put this. I've got to figure this out. So I think this isn't right, but anyway, we'll pop that there. No, we won't. Okay, so now I get a chance to use my top of descent calculator. Let's get back in the cockpit. And it looks like, so we need to get down to Ogba. So Zanin is 2,800 feet. And we are. Is it 35,000 feet? So I've got 35,000 feet in there. Get down to 2,800. Hopefully there's a reason the aircraft just turned there. Okay. Rate of descent will be 1,500. Ground speed, say 350. So I need to start descending 143 miles away. Right, let's have a look, see where we are. For my use, I'm just going to pop out a couple of these screens so I can see better. Does make things a bit jittery though, I think, but can't help that at the moment. So just for our purposes today, we'll take the weather from here. QNH 1023 for the performance and next phase is 1023. Temperature is 12. And the wind is 220 at 9 knots. Okay. So we treat that as done. And don't activate the approach phase yet. So we're in cruise.
EA7055 Echo Zulu 0000, contact Bremen Center on 119.825.
119.825 BA7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
Right, so getting ready for the descent then. So according to my calculation, and I know this isn't right, this is just what I'm doing while I kind of try and learn what to do. So where do I need to be at Ogba? It says be at 23,000 feet still, so I think... I'm not sure what to do about this. Let's see what Bremen Center tells me to do. Oh, look at that, it's a nice picture.
Bremen Center, BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000, flight level 350.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000, Bremen Center. Continue to backhaul as planned. BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000, descend and maintain flight level 210.
Descend and maintain flight level 210, BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
Right, so top of descent then, so we want to set the, it's not really top of descent, but we have been asked to descend. TCAS goes to set below.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000, contact Berlin Center on 125.8.
ATIS we've checked. Altimeter is still unstandard. Anti-ice is required. Well, we've turned that off, but let's have a quick look at the engines anyway. Yeah, that's okay.
Please acknowledge.
.125.8 BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
Nav accuracy we've done.
Berlin Center BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 is out of flight level 255 for flight level 210.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 Berlin Center continue to beam as planned. BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 descend and maintain 7,000 feet. BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000, did you copy? BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000, acknowledge last transmission.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000, you are 48 miles west. Descend and maintain 8,000 feet, expect ILS runway 25 right approach via Akbar transition. Cleared to Akbar. BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000, acknowledge last transmission.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet, expect ILS runway 25 right approach via Akbar transition cleared to Akbar BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000.
Okay, so we seem to be set up for our landing. We're descending nicely for 8,000 feet. And we've got the VORs set, so let's tune those in. And we haven't picked up the first one. Maybe we get that when we're a bit closer. And so it looks like we're going to be... Oh, why is it turning? This is exactly what happens at the top of descent.
55 Echo Zulu 0000, keep speed below 220 knots.
Ah, this is horrible. Right, what happens if we press approach? Right, okay, so I'm going to have to disconnect the autopilot, which is not the point really of it, is it? So,
Our flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved.
so what we actually want to do then is go direct to DB 413. So let's see if that will get us back on. So go to the flight plan. 413 is the next one. So go direct. DB 413 and enter. Okay, it's picked that up. Press the autopilot. Right, okay, so maybe once we get to DB 413, it will pick up what it's supposed to be doing. That is such a pain that that does that. But anyway, look, this is a small problem compared to, you know, what this simulator does visually. It's absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it to bits. So we've got 2 airfields there. So below 10,000 feet then. Should have done this ages ago, but we are. Should be 1023 actually. Okay, so hopefully we can pick up our approach. Let's turn the landing system on, localizer. So we picked up the localizer. We haven't picked up the ADF though. Ah, because we need to be VOR. There we want is VOR, isn't it? VOR 1. Perfect. Although I think what I tuned into was an ADF and a VOR. Anyway. Right, so 8,000 feet. So the last couple of videos I've done, yesterday's I ended up hand flying it and managed to get it on the ground, and the taxi wasn't great. And then the day before, what happened there? I think that was a complete mess, but so hopefully this is a little bit better. Right, let's start doing some checks then. So our altimeter is set, ND range is set to 40. We can probably bring that in a little bit more there for now. Radios are set, fasten seatbelt lights needs to go on. And of course the no smoking light. Speed check 250 knots. Check that the... Oh look, I forgot to do that again. That should be normal. I don't know why I missed that. Speed check, descent rate. Barometer, let's just check that. The 1022. And of course that only works when you're on real weather, so. Right, let's arm the approach and see what happens. So I'm looking for this to turn now. If it doesn't turn, we're in a bit of a mess here again. So speed is controlled, heading is controlled. APU sets required, spoilers armed up. Auto brakes are set to medium for the landing. Okay, so we seem to be following the approach now, which is good news. Flaps as required. So we don't want flaps at the moment. So we need to come down to 6,000 feet. And we don't have any speed restrictions at the moment. So then we'll be pretty much 6,000 feet until we're at Zanim. Nav ILS is on, taxi lights are don't want that one. Are armed, all two on. Right, hopefully we're now going to runway turn off lights. Yeah, we're going to follow that hopefully now. Runway turn off lights are on. Localizer is on. ILS is checked. Landing system is on. Go around altitude is set. Speed 220. So speed's actually 250 at the moment, so we'll stick with that. Good news, we seem to be following the approach now. 25 left. We need to taxi across the airport to find somewhere to stop. So, not particularly good at navigating my way around the airports at the moment. I think basically I need to plan that before I do the stream. Okay, so we're nearly at 6,000 feet. We should have been at 6,000 feet already. So that wasn't particularly great. Approach mode's on. Autopilot is on. Right, we need to check the radio. Tune Bremen approach.
Bremen approach BA 7055 Echo Zulu 00007 miles northwest of Echo Delta Charlie Echo. Request IFR to Schönefeld. Ready to copy.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 is cleared to Schönefeld Airport as filed. Squawk 2547.
So 2547. Oh, hold on. Where are we going? Nope, we're still on track. That's good. 2547. 2547.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 acknowledge last transmission.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 cleared to
We've got
Schönefeld
a bit of a
Airport.
tailwind at the moment.
Squawk 2547.
BA 7055 Echo Zulu 0000 read back correct. Radar contact 6,000 feet. QNH 30
So there's no point having that
right, heading 235 climb.
comms on
maintain 13,000
because
feet.
it's telling us to climb to 13,000 feet. So what we'll do, we'll come down to the comms and we'll go back and basically cut it off because it's just annoying. Right, so hopefully we make this turn. I would think that we need to start to slow down a bit now. Right, so rather alarmingly, I seem to have lost the basically the locator beacon. So let's press locator on again. Maybe there's a reason for that. So it flashes on and off and then disappears. I wonder if we're out of range. Right, okay, well, we're inbound, so let's see. Maybe we'll pick it up shortly. Right, so flaps are set one down. Oh, I think I might have been a bit too early. Don't understand why we haven't got the ILS. We turn it on and off. So we've got all the right dots, but it's disappeared. There we go. It's because we were too far away. Okay. Okay, so we're 200 knots. So always check which runway it is when you've got two airfields close to each other here. And two sets of two runways. So we are 25 left. So we've got a 24 knot wind coming from approximately the right hand side. So we are 25 and the wind is 289. So 40 degrees to the right at 25 knots. So that's a reasonable wind. Okay, so our next one is down to 3,000 feet. So we've got 3,000 in. And we're ready to activate that as we pass Delta Bravo 452, which is 2 stops ahead, or 2 waypoints ahead. Right, so FMA check, so that's the flight management annunciator, so we can read our bits and pieces off the top here. So we've got brakes set medium. Speed is manually controlled. Missed approach is 349. And we are coming up on the glide slope now. Need to click approach. And the glide slope should be caught very shortly. And we need to come down to 3,000 feet now. Again, probably done that just a bit too early. Okay, so the glide slope is caught, so we can go back to manage speed now. Oh, too fast. Okay, so we need to... Do we need to expedite ourselves down? Give it a little bit more. 13,000 feet. Gear is down. Hopefully we catch the glide slope again, because I lost it there because I was too high. So basically, needs to get managed. I think I've messed this up. I think we're too low. Hopefully the glide slope's catching up. Right. So 800 feet, 500 feet will take the autopilot off. I'm expecting it to be a little bit breezy from the right, but not so much. There we go. Autopilot away.
100 above. 300. Minimum.
Glide slope's good. A little bit low.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30.
Gentle flare.
20, 10, 5.
Okay, reverse thrust. To 80 knots. Back. First thrust off. Something tells me I shouldn't have landed on this runway. Those big yellow crosses everywhere. Coming up to the end of the runway, brakes, and look for the yellow line. There we go. Run that round for the taxiway. Very good. Well, I'm not sure I landed on the right runway, but right, okay, so we're down. So now we need to do some of these things as we're on the ground. So chrono stop. I'm not sure we started it actually in the first place. So we'll stop that. Spoilers disarmed and down, which say are. Flaps are up, which we need to do. Taxi nose lights to taxi, which we should be well ahead on this one, which we're not. Landing lights are off. Probably should have put them on in the first place. That would explain why the runway was dark. Runway turn off lights are off. Okay, slow down here because I'm not sure where we're going. Let's go this way. Brakes, 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 brakes. No, 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 no. Right, okay. That was neat. Okay, good, good. Strobe lights off. Right. Weather system off. Right, so the thing to do with this is, which I keep getting caught with, is resting my feet on the pedals. TCAS goes to standby. Really not sure where I'm going here. So I'm going to turn right here. This will take us down to the apron down here and over there to that terminal, I think. Fingers crossed. Right, so let's do some more cleanup then. Approach off, ILS off. Transponder clear. Right, we don't want to miss this turn in here. It's coming up, so clear the transponder. Right, we must be coming up to it now. Okay, progress. I think we found the terminal. Transponder set auto trim is to neutral. APU, we need to start and on. Right. Doesn't that look cool? Oh, here we are. Let's follow this one. And here. And we'll take the next left that comes. Hang on, because there's a terminal here. I think we can do this. Here we are. Oh, there's no markings, that's what the problem is. This is going to be our gate. Okay. Stop there. Brakes on. Brakes are set on. Thrust levers are idle. Engine masters are set off. Fasten seatbelts comes off. Ah, we're there according to this. What to say? I think it's progress. Made a few mistakes on the way, but we're getting better. I think the only thing to say is thanks ever so much for coming along, and hopefully we will get better over the next few flights. And keep an eye out for the next checklist that's going to be coming up on the website, which is the CRJ 700. And hopefully you'll enjoy that as much as I enjoy this checklist that I've done, which, if I follow it, helps me get to where I want to be. So thanks very much, and look out for the next one.